10 best British tennis players in the world right now ranked. Britain rocked back and forth to the sounds of thousands of fans across the island cheering in response to Andy Murray becoming Wimbledon champion in 2013. Andrew Castle summed up the Scots' straight sets victory over Novak Djokovic with the line "The wait is over, Britain's pain is over," and he wasn't wrong. Murray ascended to the top of tennis during a phenomenal career spanning 2 decades, which he brought to an end at the Paris Olympics last August. He cemented his legacy as one of the finest grass-court players in history, earning a spot on most fans' and analysts' modern-era Mount Rushmore alongside Djokovic, Roger Federer, and Rafael Nadal. The 38-year-old's retirement has been felt with Britain yearning for another star of similar ability and aura to step up and battle it out for Grand Slam titles. Several promising Brits are chomping at the net to try and strike gold, including those competing at this summer's Wimbledon. With that said, GivenSport ranks the top 10 British tennis players in the world right now as we await the next Murray. Only one can boast a Grand Slam triumph, but the future looks bright for both men and women. Heather Watson is the oldest name on this list, and she has plenty of experience, having represented Team GB at the 2012 and 2016 Olympic Games. A right-hander, the Guernsey-born Watson turned pro in 2010 and has since been a regular in the top 50 world rankings, although she's not been at the top of her game in recent years. Her greatest achievement came in mixed doubles competition, where she won the Wimbledon title alongside her Finnish partner, Henri Kontanen, in 2016. She has fared well on grass courts, but her favorite surface is hard court, using her tricky forehand shot to cause problems. While 35-year-old Dan Evans is actually higher in the GB and world rankings than Jay Clark, there is no doubt that the latter is the more intriguing prospect. He has toyed with the top 200 rankings since 2016, when he rose up the ATP rankings, and will be keen to impress at his favorite tournament, Wimbledon, this summer. Clark, born in Derby, won the Skopje Challenger title in May, beating Bosnian Nermin Fatic 6-2, 6-3 in the final. He gained vital knowledge from his time training with Andy Murray, including working on his forehand, which has proven to be his strongest shot. Wrist surgery in 2023 halted his progress, but he's shown resilience in his recovery. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of Billy Harris's powerful serves, with his fastest on record reaching 219 kilometers per hour, 136 miles per hour. He has an interesting backstory, having played against 2-time Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz during their teens and suffered defeat despite holding match points. Harris has been one to watch on the ITF and Challenger tours, finishing runner-up at the New Delhi Challenger in February. He'll be aiming to break into the top 100 world rankings sooner rather than later, and clearly has the right mindset after receiving a glowing verdict from his former coach, Ian Watson, after making his Wimbledon debut last year, via BBC. There was plenty of excitement when Harriet Dart arrived on the scene in 2015, and she's proven to have a clever, defensive-minded approach to her game. She has a solid record at Grand Slams, including a runner-up finish in doubles competition at Wimbledon in 2021 alongside Joe Salisbury. From a singles perspective, Dart is still growing, and her recent outings on the grand stage have caught the eye, making the championship's third round twice. The Londoner performs best on hard and grass surfaces, and while she sits outside the top 100 WTA rankings, she was on song in late 2024, reaching a career-best 70th place ranking. Jacob Fearnley has done Scotland proud at the very start of his professional career, and Murray would have applauded his performance against one of his longtime rivals, Djokovic, at Wimbledon last year. It took arguably the greatest player in history 3 hours to overcome the Edinburgh with a 4-set victory. Djokovic pointed out how difficult Fearnley's serve proved to be, and it could just be the start for the young Scot, whose time at Texas Christian University saw his stock grow. His first significant challenger win came in 2024 when he triumphed at the Rothsay Open Nottingham. He will rely on his strong serve and aggressive baseline style to continue climbing the world rankings. Wimbledon's grass court is the perfect surface for Sonai Cardle, whose third-round finish at last year's tournament certainly grabbed British fans' attention. The half-Turkish, Sidcup-born right-hander, who writes with her left, is a disruptor who can make impossible shots and is developing into a gem.